Hello, everybody. My name is Roxtus,
And I'm Soulgale.
and welcome back to Dark Souls 3.
Woo!
Wow, are you ready?
I'm me.
Okay, onward. So,
Onward.
so one thing that you brought up after last session was, oh no, I'm not sure if I like my battle axe. It's not really kind of what I want for my weapon.
Yeah.
And I get that because when I first started playing, I was like, oh, I don't know what I go for. Do I need to go for a short sword? Do I need to go for a long sword? Do I need to go for a battle axe? Do I want to use a dagger? What do I want to use going through my Dark Souls playthrough? And this is actually very critical for Dark Souls 3 playing through the game because
hmm
you want to stick consistently to one weapon and one weapon only, especially on your first playthrough. And the
Yeah.
reason being is it becomes more natural being able to use that weapon over a longer period of time because you get more used to the range of the weapon, the attack speed of the weapon, its reach, and it just gets you more familiar with that specific weapon. If you're flopping around between weapons, you won't be as able to know where your reach is, where your range is, and where you actually connect with that weapon. And this
Yeah.
goes for a lot of different things. This can be even said with bowling. If you're changing up your bowling ball between bowling, it can really offset you because you're picking up a different size bowling ball and you're sending that one down the lane versus the other bowling ball, which might be heavier, might have a different counterbalance in it. It just completely throws you off and your throw off versus if you're using something consistently.
Yeah.
So that's something I definitely take into effect of weapons here. So when picking out your weapon, this is the big weapon dilemma. When picking out your first weapon in Dark Souls 3, what do I do and how do I do that? If I'm starting out Dark Souls 3, I want something that's easily acquirable. I want something that's pretty early that I can get my hands on, being able to upgrade and being able to get it out the door and being able to actually use it. So,
hmm
weapon availability should probably be your first point in view, whether you're playing Elden Ring or Dark Souls 3, trying to be able to get a hold of the weapon rather than, oh, you need to kill Cinder to be able to, well, that's the end of the game.
Yeah.
So, being able to get a hold of your weapon early is a big factor into playing into what weapons you actually want to use. And the other factor is what's your playstyle. Well, that just completely depends on the player and depends on you. But another reason for sticking to one weapon as well as the upgrades throughout, and this is what I mentioned for even the Abyss Watchers all the way through the Deacons of the Deep, is
hmm
when you're going through the game, you really want to have something picked out by High Wall of Lothric. If you're going past that into, let's say, the Cathedral of the Deep or even like the Abyss Watchers,
Yeah.
it becomes a lot harder. So, especially in High Wall of Lothric, this is what I would say is find a weapon within the High Wall of Lothric, whether it be a dagger, a sword, a battle axe, a halberd, a spear, whatever it is. Do not upgrade anything until you find your weapon. So be able to find your weapon, be able to practice around with it a little bit, get a few swings in. Just go through like the first bonfire here at the High Wall of Lothric. Don't go to the Tower of the Wall or Vorot of Boreal Valley. Just go to the High Wall of Lothric. Go through some just basic NPCs over there and take them out because then you're going to get a feel for the weapon and what you like.
Yeah.
And I do have some preferences here and there because unlike Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3 is in a lot more closed of a tile set. So when you're looking at Dark Souls 3 and you're trying to go throughout Dark Souls 3, you're going to be in a lot more close quarters. So I just pick a sword, even though some hallways are kind of tight. You can swing a sword into the wall and just accidentally ping it off the wall versus something like a spear, which might be a little bit straighter. But with a spear, you actually have to aim it. So getting your attacks in is a little bit harder.
hmm
But again, my advice is go throughout the High Wall of Lothric, find a weapon there, find something that's nice, that's consistent, whether it be a spear, a pickaxe, a mace, or whatever it is, and consistently use it. And if you like that, maybe there's something in like the Road of Sacrifices, or something that's a little bit closer as well that you can also get your hands on and then go from there. And basically only use that type of weapon because when you're looking at High Wall of Lothric, the same thing what I did with the longsword is I can +3 that weapon. I don't know what your battle axe is right now. Is it +3 or +4?
It's +3.
So it's at +3. So that is actually a pretty good point because even for like a +3 weapon, you can get a longsword up to +3, and then later down the line, like Road of Sacrifices or even Cathedral of the Deep, find a weapon that's even better for you and that fits you a little bit better, and be able to upgrade that. So for me, that's going to actually be the Lothric Knight sword, the straight sword, because it's really good for me for dex, and of course what I'm kind of going for. So whether you're going dex or strength, that's just going to be a good one. But especially for in terms of upgrades, High Wall of Lothric, you only get those 6 Titanite, or I believe it's 12 Titanite shards early, getting you all the way up to a +3 on that weapon. And then beyond that, it's just, no, you can't do anything until you get to like the Deacons of the Deep or the Abyss Watchers. And I would say that kind of consistently throughout the game, that you're going to have a harder time in certain areas getting the fuller upgrades. But especially early, don't use +2, +3, or +4, +5, or +6 until you're sure of your weapon, because those Titanite shards, the large Titanite shards, are a lot more valuable earlier to buffing up your weapon. And if you're going to +4 one weapon and do another +4 on another weapon, it's not going to serve you as well as just +5ing a single weapon, because there's only 6 Titanite shards even before the Abyss Watchers, which just ups your damage.
Okay.
So pick out your weapon from High Wall of Lothric, +3 that definitely. And then when you get to something like the Farron Keep, Deacons of the Deep, you're only going to be able to go to +5 with that weapon because of the large Titanite shards. You only have 6 of those. And I've said this again, but it's by the 2 giants, the 2 lizards on the Farron Keep, and Pickle Pea, and then the Lothric Wyvern. So you get all 6 of those, no more, no less. So if you're going to spend those and waste those on 2 different weapons, and then you find yourself having a hard time getting through the game, well, that's probably why, is because you're not narrow-mindedly focusing on one weapon and making sure that one weapon has lots of damage. Therefore, every strike that you do is dealing a lot more damage than if it were only a +4.
Yeah.
So again, though, just being able to pick out an early game weapon, and even for me, I'll do the longsword, the basic longsword, get that to +3, and then as soon as I get later into the game, I'll upgrade that a little bit more. But yeah, it's just more so decisions on what you want to do when you start getting further and further into the game. And I don't like weapons that take all game to get. Like I said, like some of these, whether it be a spell or whether it be a weapon, it could be, that weapon in particular could be all the way, halfway through the game or 3/4 of the way through the game. And you don't want to be waiting all that long to get your hands on a good weapon to be able to use it early and to be able to have good damage early as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely test out the weapons in High Wall of Lothric. Get a feel for spears, the differences between spears, knives, swords, whatever you want to do. And then as soon as you have a good feel for that type of a weapon, then progress and actually upgrade that weapon and get more akin to that type of weapon that you're using.
Yeah.
Of course, weapons have different bonuses, negatives to them. Some of them have strike damage, some of them have thrusting damage, so it really depends on what kind of damage. In Elden Ring, this is actually kind of exacerbated, especially with the stone miners. They are very vulnerable to strike type damage. So just be aware that different games have different uses. In Dark Souls 3, not so much that you have to focus on like strike damage or anything else like that. You can pick whatever you want, and pretty much anything is pretty usable. But especially when you go into Elden Ring, when you're starting to deal with imps or stone miners, then that's where it starts getting particular, and you need to start kind of focusing on, okay, maybe strike damage or something to be able to deal with that class of enemy.
Yeah.
Elden Ring has a lot more versatility though, because like you can get upgrades a lot earlier, a lot easier, and I think there's just a lot more shards available to you earlier in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, let's just keep on rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm already going.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that though, because especially if you're new to Dark Souls 3 and you're wondering, what weapon do I want to use? There you go. Just really take your preference on it, take what you want to do with it, and run with it. A good one, though, is consistently for me across the board, whether you're in Elden Ring or if you're in Dark Souls 3, it's just going to be a straight sword, a basic straight sword. Elden Ring, you can use katanas. Katanas are pretty good as well. Just kind of depends on your playstyle. But yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can use a washing pole and be Sephiroth. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Sephiroth. I don't think I ever got that sword, did I?
The washing pole.
Yeah. I don't know if I got that or not.
Passion was it? Oh yes, it would. Great either. Great and
Okay. Oh, and then on weapons as well. I forgot to mention this. But if you have a weapon that's in your inventory and it has an X above it, it means there's a certain stat requirement required for it. So in this case, I have the Claymore, and the Claymore's strength is at 16, and my strength is only at 13. So the strength requirement for the weapon to be able to wield the weapon is at 16, and the strength requirement here is 13. So if you don't have or meet that stat requirement for like the Claymore or any other type of weapon, it will end up doing less damage or way less damage than it's supposed to be doing. So make sure that when you pick up a weapon that you don't have the red X above it, like any of these other weapons in my inventory don't have an X above it, only the Claymore. And when it does have a red X above it, that just means it's just not going to do any damage. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So just make sure that you have the stats required for the weapon as well. And some of those weapons require a lot of strength to wield. All right. And on we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love Dark Souls.
I know you do.
I really want to try out other builds than just melee, but for now, I just like the consistency of melee.
Yeah. I like fire.
Anyone there? Anyone at all? Oh,
And I get to throw him his armor.
Hmm.
no need to worry about me. With my trusty suit of armor, I'll be out of here in a jiffy. Until we meet again, my good friend.
I like him.
With
Mr. Onion Knight. Okay.
Onion Knight.
I want to see if he actually pulls himself out of the well. Does he?
I don't know if he does or not.
Oh, we'll see. Alrighty. And then I was going to go ahead and show the rafters.
Ooh, undead bone shard. Yay! I love undead bone shards.
Because even though I kill patches and I make it easy for myself, if you don't want to kill patches, this is the route you want to go.
Yeah. Oh, there's a crab. I don't like crabs. Oh. Can you kill this giant? No. Giant, can you kill this giant crab for me, please?
Oh, that would be nice.
Yes, that would be nice. Ow. Oh, he's actually doing it. Yeah. Please kill the giant crab for me. Ow.
In the Undead Swamp? Or the Crucifixion Swamp?
No. In the Farron Keep. Hey, thank you, Mr. Giant Friend. Hey, I got the Lingering Dragon Crest ring. Crown of Dusk. Oh, that's lovely. I got a lot of goodies here. Thank you, Giant Friend. Now, where's that cave with the scroll? I always cannot find that cave.
Oh. In Farron?
Yeah.
It's on the other side, but it's also where that NPC invader is, the really hard one.
Oh. I'm nowhere near that PC invader.
Oh, I really don't like the rafters.
No. Hey, I got the Sage's scroll. Awesome. Where's the golden scroll, though? Hello, Elder Gurus. Don't mind me.
This guy, I don't know why, but for some reason, when I played it for the first few times, he would
Mm-hmm.
consistently get me on like the edge of this platform here and just knock me off.
No.
I just don't know why that is, but he would always do that.
Hmm.
So for this here, I believe you don't have to do anything for either of those knights here. And what you want to do is there's this knight here on the right, platform there, and you want to just run, go between them, and jump and hit that platform. And I made it.
Woohoo!
So did someone else.
Oh, there's the ladder. I will like that ladder, please. Ah. No, there's nothing. Alright, truly old dog. Hello, big giant woof. Big giant woof.
What is he doing? Man, I am terrible on that one.
Hmm. Hello, stray demon.
Man, he consistently lands that one on me. I have not been very good on these cathedral nights, though.
No.
Seems a little bit different, though, than the Lothric Knights.
Okay, I got one of them. Lightning spear.